Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Politics is a very interesting game. And politics is also a very dirty game. Yesterday, Maina Kamanda said certain things which shocked me personally and shocked majority of Azimio supporters. Maina Kamanda revealed that Raila Odinga failed because of President Uhuru Kenyatta. He actually blamed the failure of Azimio on one man, President Uhuru Kenyatta. And according to Maina Kamanda, President Uhuru Kenyatta is a dictator. President Uhuru Kenyatta anakunywa pombe, and that President Uhuru Kenyatta doesn't listen to anybody. The statement by Maina Kamanda has actually shocked me for several reasons. Number one, Maina Kamanda, for me, was one of those close allies of President Uhuru Kenyatta. 3 years ago, for those who have been on this channel, I did a video. I think that was the first statement which Maina Kamanda uttered. And in that video, I predicted 2 things which came to pass. I just want to play for you part of that particular clip. Then I want us to look at Maina Kamanda's statement, the questions which Azimio supporters are asking. Please listen very briefly so that you can also understand where we are coming from, where we've actually come from, and you'll appreciate the growth we've made on this channel. Listen in, then we proceed.
I can't believe what I've just listened to. In fact, I've listened to this speech by Maina Kamanda 3 times now. But I still can't believe that I'm listening to Maina Kamanda. So I've prepared for you the entire speech by Maina Kamanda. But 2 things are now clear. President Uhuru Kenyatta might actually suppress Kenyans by supporting Raila Odinga. And Maina Kamanda has made it very clear. He has explained it for those who understand deeper politics, that the Kikuyu nation actually betrayed Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. And it's for the first time these guys are accepting this. And secondly, William Ruto is now a man on his own. If he expects endorsement from Mount Kenya leaders, he should forget. He must go to the voters directly. But Maina Kamanda has shocked me with this speech. Listen to Maina Kamanda's speech, because I actually was working on Raila Odinga's visit to Mzee Moi. But now I'm not going to post this today.
Wakikuyu wetu, ninataka kuwaambia kitu moja na munisikize. Kabla wengi washalilo le bishop mwaka gani? 75, you are my son, let me tell you. My firstborn ni 1975. Kwa hivyo wewe ni mtoto yangu. Wacha nikueleze hivi. Unaona kama ile kaka nikalete shube. No kaleo hole kabwire. Mimi ninataka kuwaambia hivi. Wakati wa kupea uhuru, mimi bado nilikuwa na miaka kama 17. Na wacha niwaambie kitu moja. Wakati hiyo uhuru ilikuwa inaletwa na Bubebelo anataka kwenda, alimuita mzee anaitwa Jaramogi, alikuwa kijana. Wewe ndio tunataka uwe prime minister wa nchi ya Kenya. Na wakati hiyo Kenyatta daumete rodwa. Ni moyo ngwara mwari acigarei kana ndiragia na andu ariku. No mutigero magama. Nito mwaka todo andu matuirio ni history. Kwani historia hii imekufa ama iko? Historia hizi watoto mnasoma? Arabu mzee Jaramogi akasema hii kiti ni kubwa kuliko mimi. Mwenyewe ako jera. Baka mwenyewe atolewe. Modo akarega giti. Kuima ni kuriku. Mtu anasema kiti ya prime minister. You don't want to occupy that seat because you still believe kuna mtu ambao mmekuwa mpigania naye uhuru na bado kuna upendo wa aina hiyo. wacha niwaambie kitu moja. Wakati tuliendelea kidogo, Kenyatta na Jaramogi wakawa marafiki sana mpaka mwaka wa 1966. Wale watu waliona sasa mzee ameenda kuwa miaka 80, wakawa na tamaa hata watu yetu wa Central wachukue uzukani wa Kenyatta. Watu wetu wakapiganisha mzee Jaramogi na Kenyatta mwenyewe, na miaka karibu 50 hatujakuwa na amani kwa sababu ya hiyo vita. Miaka 50 ni amahetiria andu aria. Kama kuna makosa tulifanya kubwa, ni wale viongozi walikuwako, wale walipiganisha Kenyatta na Jaramogi Odinga. Mimi ningewauliza Uhuru Kenyatta, president wetu, na mtu anaitwa Raila Amolo Odinga, na mimi ninafikiri wakati walikuwa na handshake, hiyo mambo waliongea, na ni lazima wawe waliongea. Watu wengi wamebahatika Kenya hii kwa vita ya Wakikuyu na Wajaruo. Tuhorithanĩtio miaka 50, wewe hutaki kuona Mjaruo, unasema eno ni ngoma Mjaruo.
Now that's Maina Kamanda. That statement and speech by Maina Kamanda 3 years ago, for me, is what paved way for Raila Amolo Odinga entry into the Mount Kenya politics. And Maina Kamanda stood with President Uhuru Kenyatta all along. And at some point, Maina Kamanda took a low profile, and I wondered, and I concluded that because initially Maina Kamanda wanted to be the senator for Nairobi, I thought that the fact that Azimio settled on Edwin Sifuna is what annoyed him. But what Maina Kamanda is saying here is significant, politically speaking. Maina Kamanda used to attend those meetings, high-level meetings in at Francis Atwoli's house. I don't know whether they used to advise the president, but the president was not listening. But that's now not important. The most important is the questions which Azimio supporters are asking. That is what I want us to do in this particular video. But before we do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, I want you guys to take a second or two, click the subscribe button, so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. So please, I want to make a request, give this particular video thumbs up. Just click that thumbs up. And for those who can share this video, and also drop your comments. In fact, I'm going to take the next 2 hours just to read the comments and respond to each and every comments which we are going to make on this particular video. Now let us proceed with the questions which Azimio supporters are actually asking over President Uhuru Kenyatta's role in the whole thing. Now let me give my own opinion first. For me, I doubt if Uhuru Kenyatta really played Raila Odinga. If you ask me that question, my answer is simple. That Uhuru Kenyatta probably, just like Maina Kamanda said, failed to do certain things. But he really meant well for Raila Odinga. Why am I saying so? Assuming today Kalonzo Musyoka was not with Raila Odinga, would we even be talking about Raila Odinga's success? The truth of the matter is that it's President Uhuru Kenyatta who brought back Kalonzo Musyoka. The other question is, who collapsed NASA? The truth is, Raila Odinga and ODM wanted NASA to collapse, so as to embrace, also as to take charge of 2022. They didn't really understand the impact of NASA. And when Weta left, when Mudavadi left, you all remember the kind of attacks they received from Edwin Sifuna, some of which I disagreed with even on this channel. And I also tend to think that President Uhuru Kenyatta provided Raila Odinga with opportunities. The campaign was well funded, although there are people who really messed that campaigns. Some are Raila Odinga's family, some are ODM, some are his close associates. So for me, I can't blame President Uhuru Kenyatta. But I've talked to majority of Azimio supporters, and they have been asking several questions, which maybe Uhuru Kenyatta will answer in a book or later on somewhere. The first question which they are asking is why there were no efforts by Uhuru Kenyatta to counter William Ruto in the mountain. Because William Ruto is the president of the Republic of Kenya today because of the mountain. If Uhuru Kenyatta had managed to deliver even half of the mountain, William Ruto wouldn't be nowhere near the presidency. But William Ruto understood the assignment, that for him to win, he needed the mountain. So Uhuru Kenyatta, being the president with the intelligence briefs, ought to have also understood William Ruto's game plan. And he ought to have used the intelligence briefings to counter Ruto in the mountain. But that did not happen. And the question which is being asked, where was Uhuru Kenyatta? I mean, there were no efforts he was making to counter Ruto in the mountain. In fact, at some point, people thought that it was strategic. So by the time Uhuru Kenyatta realized the mountain had gone, it was late. And again, some of his advisors advised him not to go to the mountain. Why? Because he was already late. So that's number one. The second question which most Azimio supporters are asking is who was advising Uhuru Kenyatta? Because if that person is not Maina Kamanda, because Maina Kamanda was initially the only person who stood by Uhuru Kenyatta. If that person was not Maina Kamanda, if that person was not Junet Mohammed, if that person was not the people we know, who was really advising Uhuru Kenyatta? And were there any intelligence briefs, politically speaking? Because one of the advantages of deep state is the intelligence briefing. So that if Ruto is planning this, then they can counter this. Someone was telling me that William Ruto actually penetrated the deep state to an extent that he would always get phone conversations between President Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila Odinga, and the rest. So he would always plan. And someone asked me, Lee, the conversation, alleged conversation between Rafael Tojo and IBC Commissioner Nyagaya, how did it leak? It meant that the intelligence was split. So the question is, were there intelligence briefings which Uhuru Kenyatta was receiving every day, but then ignoring? Those are some of the questions which most people are really asking. The other question which most people have been asking me is, why did Uhuru Kenyatta allow Wafula Chebukati to preside over this election? On this channel, you will agree with me that I've always insisted, I'll go with that up to my grave, that Wafula Chebukati was a project of William Ruto. He was actually there to punish Raila Odinga. Uhuru Kenyatta knew all this. So when Uhuru Kenyatta decided to remove the four other commissioners, and Wafula Chebukati was left, why was Wafula Chebukati allowed to stay? As much as Wafula Chebukati's position was protected under the constitution, it was possible to force him. You see, currently we have 4 commissioners, the Cherera and the group. I'm sure William Ruto is going to remove them. That one I can tell you. If he wants to remove them, he will remove them. If he doesn't want, he won't. But the 4 commissioners will be removed if Ruto wants them. Uhuru Kenyatta had the ability, the capacity, and everything to remove the 4 IBC commissioners. If Uhuru could remove Eden Duale, if Uhuru could remove William Ruto's key allies from parliamentary leadership, what stopped him from removing Wafula Chebukati? Wafula Chebukati, he only needed some corruption and nail him with that. So that's the question which most Raila Odinga supporters are asking me. Why did Uhuru allow Wafula Chebukati to preside over this election? And the last question which they have been asking me is the Supreme Court of Kenya. Uhuru Kenyatta could not influence the Supreme Court of Kenya. Because according to majority of Raila Odinga supporters, they strongly believe that Judge Martha Koome is Uhuru Kenyatta's person. They believe that Njoki Ndung'u was going to support Uhuru. They believe that the Chief Justice Mwilu, the Judge Mwilu probably is pro-Azimio to some extent, that they only needed one judge. So the question they're asking me, is it possible that Uhuru Kenyatta, out of the 4 remaining judges, he could not get just one to support the cause? Because what Ruto did was to convince the judges. Although there are those who argue that there were external pressure on President Uhuru Kenyatta and on on the judges to declare Ruto, that US and the UK were against Raila Amolo Odinga. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Again, in case you're watching the channel for the first time, please take a second or two so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will notify you. Thank you guys, and please, may you have a good day. Bye-bye.